Good morning. Good morning. So, am I visible, audible? Right. So, we are going to talk about Mula Nakshatra today. So, this is one of the very difficult nakshatra, Mula. Okay. So, we will come to know how it is difficult. Okay. So, it is. With Mula Nakshatra, we enter into the third set of 10 nakshatras. We will have Abhijit Nakshatra also while looking at this set. Normally, visible nakshatras are only 27, but as if we consider Abhijit as nakshatra, then it is also like 28 nakshatras. Okay. When so we will consider Abhijit also. If we consider Abhijit, then in this set of third set of nakshatra, there are 10 nakshatras in total. Okay, so the first among them is Mula. Okay, Mula starts at 0 degree of Sagittarius and continues till 13 degree 20 minutes of Sagittarius. So whole of the Mula nakshatra is in the Sagittarius sign. Okay, then it means roots. Okay, Mula, basically if we just literally translate this word into English, Mula means roots, Mool means jad, roots means jad. Okay, so it represents a root of anything. Okay, not necessarily root of the tree. Root of the tree is also one of the representation of this nakshatra, but root of anything. Someone who is very much interested in researching. Okay, as we understand this nakshatra, we will come to know that research is big theme around this nakshatra. Then its representation is also bunch of roots tied together. Roots of a tree tied together is the representation of this nakshatra. Its deity is Nirti. Okay, the goddess of Mula nakshatra is Nirti, goddess of destruction. Mula's lord is Ketu and sign lord, as it is falling into Jupiter's sign, Sagittarius. Jupiter is the lord of Mula nakshatra. The mythological story is related with goddess of destruction. As I said, Nirti is about destruction and re-establishment, again creation. Okay, so we have to understand that destruction is the first step towards recreating something. If you want to create something, you have to destroy first whatever is existing. Simplest example is that if someone is in job sector and he wants to do a business, first of all he has to resign from his job, then only he can come into business. Okay, so destruction is always the first step towards creation. Okay, so this is the main aim or main lesson of this nakshatra. Instability and destruction is part of this nakshatra. The lesson around this nakshatra is one has to be receptive towards destruction in life. One has to be receptive towards instability in life. Okay, he should not resist it. Okay, whenever certain destruction is coming. Okay, because that will eventually come. No matter how much you resist, things will be destroyed and recreated, and then again destroyed and recreated. In a way, understanding mula is also understanding existence, because existence is also like this. You cannot finish something totally. You can only transform things in different ways. Okay, as energy cannot be finished, destroyed, it can be reconstructed, reformed in some other ways. Okay, this is also the innate understanding of this nakshatra. Okay, now, so first thing is understand the from the word itself, mula. Mula means roots. Where are the roots of a tree? They are underneath the ground. Okay, so these people who have mula very strong in their chart, they like to research a lot. Okay, they like to dig deep, and they like to put lots of effort in research and investigation. Okay, any kind of research work is related with mula. Okay, so they can be easily seen in the works like a spy, police officer, detective, and occult mysticism, spirituality. All these things are very closely connected with mula as nakshatra, because in all these activities, person loves to research. Even if they are not working in these fields, they will be somehow involved in research oriented work. Like I have Venus in Mula Nakshatra, and one of my hobbies, interest, which is Venus, is watching crime documentaries and understanding criminal psychology is one of my hobby. Okay, if a crime has committed, why that person has committed that crime? Okay, because some other people in the same circumstances are not committing that crime. Okay, so this is what I like to research, because I have Venus in Mula Nakshatra. Okay, criminal psychology is one of my favorite subject. So this is where the research and investigation factor of Mula in Mula Nakshatra is prominent. Okay, that is the most common result anyone can get if Mula is prominent in his chart. Okay, so this is the thing. Then they like to go into the root cause of any problem. If you know, if you give them that okay, this is the problem, and they will try to investigate what is the root cause, because again that is Mula. Mula is somewhere related with your past life karma also, because understand, the energy is not completely changing from Scorpio to Sagittarius. Scorpio is co-ruled by Ketu, and Mula is ruled by Ketu. So when we are coming from Scorpio to Sagittarius, up to Mula, energy is almost the same, because both the sections will be impacted by Ketu, which represents our past life karma also. So whenever a person has relationship oriented planets in Mula, either it is Sun or Moon, which represents your father and mother, or Venus or seventh lord or Dharakaraka, it shows that person is going to interact with those people in relationship with whom he has some past life karma. Okay, one other thing you can always see from Mula Nakshatra is that especially if relationship oriented planets are there, it is like person wants relationship. Okay, if Jupiter, Venus, or and seventh lord Dharakaraka is there, fifth lord is there, person wants relationship because of the social environment. Okay, he sees that, okay, fine, my friends are getting married, my cousins are getting married, I should also get married. Okay, so the basic thinking is like that because of social environment. But when he gets into marriage, when he enters into marriage, then he feels isolated, separated. So this is like a tug of war kind of thing. They want relationship, but they don't want relationship when they have it. When they are again single, they again want relationship. So it is like a tug of war kind of situation where they get into relationship, but they again feel separated. So the end result is that it is very easy to project it on your partner. It is very easy to say that, okay, because of this person I am feeling like this. Okay, because of this person who is my partner in relationship, I am feeling separated. Okay, but if you are having the same feeling again and again with every person, that means problem is with you. It is not with the person. So you have to introspect it. You have to divert the energy inside yourself. You have to realize that it is your planetary position. You are going to feel the same way with every other partner. Okay, so it is not their mistake, it is your own mistake. You have to realize that and you have to sort it out inside yourself rather than projecting on other person. If you are projecting on other person, then it is like never ending conflict. Okay, because that other person will again project something on you. So this is the main theme when it comes to relationship matters. Okay, when it comes for relationship, it is difficult nakshatra. It is one of the most difficult nakshatra when it comes to relationship. It can give good amount of wealth, great career in research oriented field and all, but when it comes to relationship, it is one of the most troublesome nakshatra. First is because the tug of war continues. Person wants relationship, but then person feels separated from relationship. Then again he wants relationship, then again he feels separated. So this tug of war continues. Then Mula is nakshatra of destruction. Okay, destruction and creation. So it is like take this example that suppose a plant is there. Okay, plant is standing over its roots, and you are uprooting the plant, and then you are placing it under the soil again at some different place. It looks like an easy process, but for that plant it is a painful process. Okay, that is what happens in relationship matters, that their relationships are never stable. They always get into these difficult relationships. Okay, they always attract people who are going through difficult time in relationship. Okay, so this is one of the karmic debt they have, or karmic lock they have, is that they have to deal with those people. They themselves have difficult relationship, then they have to deal with those people who have difficult relationship. Okay, so this is one of the most difficult nakshatra when it comes to relationship matters. Okay, because their relationship are always going through a destruction and recreation phase. This is somewhere again it all depends upon the evolution level of both the partners. If both the partners are able to understand that okay fine, they are feeling this because of this this nakshatra or this nakshatra energy, then they can cooperate with each other better. But it is very rare to find such adjustment. Okay, so this will remain one of the most difficult nakshatra in matters of relationship. Even if you have other relationship planets, like your moon is in Mula. Okay, so your relationship with your mother can be very difficult. Your sun in Mula, your relationship with your father can be very difficult. Your siblings related planets, Mercury or third lord or 11th lord in Mula, again it is the same thing. Your relationship with your siblings can be very difficult. These relationships are always always go through these ups and downs, whether it is destructed, then you again put an effort to make it better one, then it is destructed, and this thing goes like this. Okay, always. So again, the the evolution level is necessary from both the sides. If such a person wants to have some sort of relationship life, I will never see that they will have a very happy relationship life. Okay, it will never happen. But some sort of relationship, even average, for that they need to have very good understanding between both the partners. Okay. But as I said, in career matters, it is one of the nakshatras which can give great success in research-oriented career, occult, mysticism, spirituality, any kind of work of a spy, detective, any research-oriented work. It can be research in financial field also. It can be research of any field. Okay, and they can be like very good with researching. Okay, this is the main theme. If we look from professional point of view or wealth point of view, they can get immense wealth in the research oriented field, anything related. We can include surgery also. In the medical field, surgery also is one of the ways of researching something. Okay, so surgery or any kind of research work is like heaven for them. They can research whole day. Okay, so this is the theme around this nakshatra. In relationship matters, it is very difficult in this career or finance related matter. They can have great success in any research oriented career. Then it is also about random research. Okay, it is not precise research. Now understand one thing, when we come to Purvashada nakshatra, it will be precise research. Okay, as nakshatras come into series, we will discuss Purvashada next week. But just to give an introduction, Mula is about random research. Okay, it is not specified research. So let's take this example. Suppose someone told me that he wants to meet an astrologer at Hyderabad whose name is Vishal. Okay, and I researched. Okay, I researched and I found some 100 people. 100 people who are at Hyderabad, who are astrologer and who are astrologer and whose name is Vishal. Okay, so this is the stage of Mula. You have got random research because that person doesn't want to meet 100 people. He wants to meet one person. And then the specified research, the second level is Purvashada, where you get further criteria. That person again says that okay fine, this person whom I want to meet, he lives into that area of Hyderabad and he is of this age. Okay, now I can get that one person whom you want to meet. Okay, so this is where Purvashada is specified research, but Mula is random research. They can research anything. It is not properly directed somewhere. Their research oriented abilities are going everywhere. Okay, but when it comes to Purvashada, it is specified on a particular topic. Okay, so this is the thing. Let's see what people say. Good morning. Hello. Pranam. Namaskar. Okay. In South they say Mula. Okay, Mula girl is not good for father-in-law. Okay. And the moment the girl enter into home, father-in-law loses his breath. Okay. Ketu is headless planet. Ketu is separation as well. And Mula is the root. So a father is the root of family and head of the family too. And the moment a girl with Mula comes in father-in-law gets affects. So what's your view on this? Um, Somehow I don't feel that someone entering into your home or someone exiting from your home will have any impact on your health or life. Your life depends on your own destiny. Okay, person will live as long as universe wants to live, and if the death has come, okay, if the time of death has come, no one can save him. Okay, so I am not of this view that by uh, by someone entering into your home you are going to die. Okay, again understand it like this, that we all are mediums. Okay, I am not saying that this may not be relevant. Okay, how I should explain it is that okay, let's take this example. Suppose my time has come, okay, and I am supposed to die today. Okay, let's take this example, and who knows, it may be true. So let's take I am supposed to die today, and now there can be thousand ways of dying. Okay, I can fall from a roof. Someone can hit me with his car. So universe has thousand ways to perform that act of my death. Okay, so someone entering into my home who has Mula Nakshatra is also one of the ways. He is also a medium. Basic thing is that my time has come. Okay, even if that person hasn't entered into my home, I would have died. Okay, so this is the main theme. Okay, whatever is there to live or to die, that is going to happen regardless of anyone entering into your home or not. Okay, so I am not of this view. Another way of understanding is that through this people ask about black magic and all, how far black magic can happen, or people can perform some black magic upon you. Understand something in similar lines is that if I am supposed to be harmed, okay, if I am destined to be harmed in a particular time period, then only that black magic will work. Then only that person will go to the right person who can perform black magic upon me, if I am supposed to be harmed. If I am not supposed to be harmed, that person won't find the right person, and that right person also won't be able to do it. So this is the main thing. Okay, we all are mediums towards each other. No one is what I mean to say, that no one is cause. Okay, no, that girl entering into home is not cause. We cannot say that because of that girl this guy died. Okay, she can be a medium, just like we all are medium for each other. That's it. I am Libra ascendant and I have Mars in Mula, second lord in the third house. Sagittarius. That means will Mars bring any kind of destruction to me? It can show that because Scorpio is itself is sign in your second house of family, so it shows that your family environment can go through a destruction and recreation phase, a transformation kind of. It also shows your efforts can go through because Mars represents efforts and actions. Your efforts and actions can go in field of research, and they can go through a phase of transformation. Like you can be involved in business job setup, and then you decide to do your own business. That is transformation of your actions and efforts. Okay, so this is the kind of thing. With Mula we have to remember the transformation thing. Since Ketu is the nakshatra lord of Mula, and while was transiting through Mula until now, why was it so bad? Because it is bad, right? Ketu itself is bad. Understand one thing, the basic malefic planets, benefic planets. Okay, Rahu, Saturn, Mars, Ketu, Sun. Okay, these 5 planets, Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, Mars, Sun, these are malefic planets. Benefic planets: Mercury, Venus, Moon, Jupiter. Okay, malefic planets are supposed to provide some negative results. They are like villains of our movie. They are supposed to give some difficulty to the heroes. Heroes are our benefic planets. Okay, benefic planet is supposed to provide something, even if it is worst placed. Okay, even if Jupiter is debilitated or Venus is debilitated, is still they will provide something, if not in a relationship matter, at least in the wealth factor. They will provide something. Okay, they will provide authority, career, something they will provide. These malefic planets, even if they are in own sign, own nakshatra, they are malefic. They are supposed to give you troubles. Okay, so I don't go with this logic. Okay, Ketu is in own nakshatra, so it will turn benefic. Or Rahu is in Ardhara nakshatra, where it was, and it will do good. They are not supposed to do good. Okay, even right now, where Rahu is in Taurus and Ketu is in Scorpio, and they are considered as exalted in these signs. Rahu in Taurus and Ketu in Scorpio. Even now, we cannot say that they are transiting in good signs and they will do great things for us. They are not supposed to do any great thing. They are supposed to create some challenges. They are supposed to create some obstacles and hurdles. So Rahu in Taurus, the best example. Wealth can grow. Understand? Taurus is the sign of wealth and assets. Rahu is the one who blows things out of proportion. So wealth can grow, but because Rahu represents illusion and fraud, it can grow due to fraudulent reason. There can be lots of financial frauds in coming times, in coming 1.5 years. There can be lots of financial frauds, financial crimes. Banks doing fraud with people doing fraud with banks. Lot of such things. This online fraud, the phishing calls and all. These things will grow like anything. Okay, so again the wealth factor is growing, but because of wrong reason, because it is malefic planet. Okay, so this is the main difference. Even if a malefic planet is in good dignity, it is supposed to create some hurdles. Even if benefic planet is in bad dignity, it is supposed to provide you something. Okay. Capricorn ascendant, Jupiter in 12th house in Moola. Relationship wise, it is difficult, but the person can have lots of benefits from matters of spirituality, research, occult, mysticism and all. Okay, as Jupiter is also third lord, means the business lord of business oriented house. So the business can be involving people of foreign lands, people and guiding them, counseling them through their research and all. So these things can be the result with this position. Okay, after long I caught you live. Okay, thank you. Lucky me, and that I am also alive. So Sagittarius ascendant, 7th and 10th Lord Mercury in Moola Nakshatra, along with Saturn in Uttarashada. Okay, and Moon in Ardhara. How can be the relationship? Okay, 7th and 10th Lord Mercury in Moola. Okay, so Mercury is coming into the first house. So first of all, it shows the person should work for himself in counseling, teaching kind of profession, in the business setup. Plus relationship wise, it is going to be difficult if it is in Moola. they will attract a difficult relationship, difficult partners. Okay, and relationship will have its instabilities, destruction, recreation phases. Moon is in Ardra. It again shows a mind which is fearful of destruction and recreation. Okay, this person should meditate regularly. They have no other option but to meditate. And then now understand one more thing. And this question makes me include one more thing, that we normally think about relationship as boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, or relationship in our family environment. But here what is happening, 10th lord is also in Mula Nakshatra. 10th house is your career, your bosses, your colleagues at workplace. So even those are relationships. Your relationship with your boss, your relationship with your colleagues, okay, your connection with them is also a relationship. So when the 10th lord is also in Mula Nakshatra, it shows that even those relationship will be difficult. Okay, so this is important with Mula, or this position where 10th lord is also in Mula. So this person will have very transformative connection with his boss at workplace, or colleagues at workplace also. The personal relationship will be troublesome, but even professional relationship, as long as this person is working under others' authority in job setup, can be difficult. Thank you. I have Moon, Venus, Ketu in third house in Sagittarius, Mula Nakshatra, Mercury in Purvashada. I have no stable career, and relationship are also like what you mentioned. With so many planets in the third house, you are destined to do business. If you do business, then at least your career will be stable. Okay. And if it is in Sagittarius, that is knowledge oriented sign, so it is like you have your business has to be somewhere related with this knowledge sharing and all, any kind of knowledge sharing. Like this, you can at least make your career stable. Relationship will always be stable in any condition. You have Venus in Mula and your research in crimes. How about Rahu in Mula in third house? Same thing, madam. Okay. Rahu in Mula, Rahu is obsession. Rahu is blowing things out of proportion. So when Rahu is in Mula, it is also about person is obsessed about getting into research oriented field. Okay, so this can also make someone very obsessed about research and research related activities, any kind of research. Now, not necessary that the person will be in occult related field, not necessary that he will be in spirituality. It can be anything related with crime investigation also. It can be medical investigation also. Okay, any kind of research work will be relevant with Mula. Okay. Okay. Any further question? I think we are done. Okay, fine. It was good. Short and sweet. 35-40 minutes. So Yeah, we can just sum up that in career related matters, career profession related matters, these people will prosper when they are in research oriented career, any kind of research, and that will give good authority, recognition, wealth. But when it comes to relationship, they need to introspect, they need to find that they need to realize that if they are having the same feeling with every partner of theirs, then it is something they need to resolve inside themselves, rather than uh, getting into this getting into this thing that okay fine, other person is spoiling my life. Okay, projecting on others is not going to help you. Reflecting on yourself and your relationship partner is going to help you. Suddenly mood uplifted listening to you. My mom, dad, sister all died. I am sorry to hear this. All had some or other in Mula. Okay, I don't have any. Okay, sis had Jupiter in Mula, biochemic medicine. She did. Dad was very unlucky to have Rahu in Mula, always in turmoil. Yeah, that's what I am saying. That this is one of the difficult nakshatra. Okay, when and it is also a connection that the family members chart normally correlate with each other. Okay, I can give one example is that like I am a Scorpio ascendant person. My sister, my elder sister is an Aquarius, and she has Ketu in the third house. Third house is of younger sibling, so her third house is me. Aries sign, Ketu is there, and Mars is aspecting. So again, the Mars Ketu energy is there in the third house. So it shows that this Scorpio energy is there in her third house, which is my ascendant. So the charts of family members are very connecting with each other. We can see a good amount of karma involved within them. Okay, with each other. My sister had Mula Jupiter Purvashada moon in second place. And so she had paper of full property and all ornament of my mother. Okay. So that is something with Mula Nakshatra, one of the difficult nakshatras. Okay. Another way of understanding is Mula is somehow opposite to Ardra. Okay. Not exact degrees, but it is still they are still in the same axis, Mula and Ardra. As Ardra is also one of the difficult nakshatra, Mula is supposed to be one. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's meet next week with Purvashara nakshatra. Take care. Nice talking. Thank you for watching.